Hats off to this show. What they did this episode was incredible. Finally learning that present day Hikari's motivation / wish was brilliant, and bringing back future Hikari was so smart, as both Hikaris wanted to use their wish in order to save their brother, yet for two different reasons. Hello everyone and welcome to Dueling with Downton, and today we're talking all things episode 20 of the Cardfight Vanguard Divinez anime series. An amazing episode, so let's dive straight into it. So remembering future Hikari's wish, she wanted to save her brother from his death after losing to Suo in her timeline. However, looking at current day Hikari's wish, this wish is also created out of love and guilt. She feels so incredibly guilty because Akina has had to take so much of his time in order to look after her and care for her. So much that in her eyes, she's taken her brother's time away from him, making it so that he's missed out on many things. Therefore, her wish is to go back in time and prevent that accident that made her become ill. I do love the fact that both of the Hikari wishes revolve around their brother and trying to save him in some way, shape or form, but still having a self-serving purpose. The little Hikari wants to relieve herself of that guilt, whereas the future Hikari gets her brother back if her wish is successful, even if she disappears after achieving her set goal. But does she? We all saw it. Future Hikari disappeared at the end of season 1, but now she stands ready to fight for Team Fated. My guess is that Garbelius did something after learning how a member of the Fated One could be possessed. However, with this return, this is very smart, as current Hikari needs to understand that Akina doesn't need changing. But also, the future one can share her experience of loneliness and grief. Plus, this Hikari knows the guilt and pain that the little Hikari has experienced, as she's lived with it herself in her own time. But let's just say, for argument's sake, that the little Hikari's goal is successful. She gets her wish. Will happiness greet her? Because, as she remembers it, her brother is going to be vastly different. He's not going to be looking out for other people and trying to be this man that helps anyone in need or reaches out for hope. Instead, he's going to be completely different. His personality will change. Will she be able to live with that? Or will it create more pain and suffering for her? That's to say if she sticks around long enough. But also, Lil Hikari's plan, if it works, wouldn't just change her brother's fate, but also everybody else's. Akina wouldn't be working so hard, or working in a job with now. Suo would still be an empty shell. Makoto wouldn't have the inspirational courage to change. But there's an issue in the form of Ikuwa. Now, he wants everyone's wish to be granted, and even supporting them like a team leader. But if Hikari's wish does happen, then the fated clash and the destined clash wouldn't occur. So this again would go directly against Ikuwa's wish of wanting to go to Cray. So why would he be kind of wanting everyone's wish to be granted, knowing this fact? Unless something that happened in the accident before Hikari became ill is related to that disconnect between Earth and Cray. Thus, if Hikari's wish comes true, it benefits Ikuwa. And again, for some reason, Ikuwa is the only one who remembers everybody, yet nobody remembers him. Again, why is that? There are still questions we need to know, but Ikuwa is still an interesting factor in all of this. Now, looking more at the match, I loved how they had the little Hikari win, adding to Akina's mental suffering even if he didn't need any more mental pain. After hearing his sister's emotions, seeing Akina so down was actually heartbreaking, as you can understand both sides to his and Hikari's feelings. You can really tell that he's torn in regards to his sister, and he doesn't know how to reach out and convince her that she's wrong without sounding overbearing or condescending. Like everything Akina tries to say, Hikari's not listening. She doesn't really want to hear what he has to say because she feels like he's just going to say anything to make her happy. Now looking at the deck, this was really cool to see a Gear Chronicle versus Angel Feather like matchup. Seeing a Dark State looking Gear Chronicle unit was kind of nostalgic, as you would imagine that the Gear Chronicles would belong to this nation, which I'm pretty sure they actually do in the actual game. And again, with nostalgia, it especially hits home when you have all the gears and the references to time. With that set order, I was half expecting a reference to like a clock tower or maybe the 12 zodiacs, but that might be a step too far. Although the Destined skill lets you restart your turn is crazy good, and it did remind me of a grade 4 unit that Chrono would use that gives you another turn, or skips your opponents I should say, but just way easier to use. You don't need to reveal the top 4 of your cards and hope to have 4 different grades with them. Now I did think Audium would be my favourite Destined card when they were all revealed, and I was right. This card is both beautiful and strong, and I do like the playstyle that it brings with it, even if it's a little reliant on some cards. Moving over to the character of Now, I loved how she continues to build her and Akina's friendship, showing how they support each other and always have each other's backs. This was a very sweet and wholesome moment before the match actually happened, and seeing Akina blush was kind of cute. Overall, I did love the emotional display within this episode. It really did perfectly portray each character emotions and their reasoning. Plus, the future Hikari's return had me jumping out of my seat, and I just want to know your thoughts on this particular episode. Let me know what you thought of it when watching it for the first time in the comments down below. Again, no spoilers, because I'm about to jump in to the next one. Have a great day, alligator, matane, goodbye.